earliest days of human civilization, there were two major forces that altered the course of history: agriculture and animal domestication. These innovations would eventually contribute to the development of complex societies worldwide, transforming human society forever from the valleys of Mesopotamia, booming with fertility and life, to the Andes highlands, growing taller as they reached upward into respected ancestry. Around 10 to 12,000 years ago, one of mankind's revolutionary moments took place, the Neolithic era. The time between these two axes marks the emergence of settled agricultural communities. After thousands of years, during which humans were nomadic hunter-gatherers, here in the birthplace of civilization grew the cradle of modern agriculture.
The Fertile Crescent, which includes parts of modern-day Iraq, Syria, and as far west as Israel and Jordan to Turkey, was among the first major centers of agriculture. The later generations, reshaped by the likes of Khailun, the inventor of the paper, and fulfilling on behalf of early farmers, have farmed here to grow wheat, barley, lentils, peas, etc., as they did to help found nations.
Approximately 7,000 years ago in East Asia, the Yangtze River Valley had its growing seasons for things like millets, and early rice crops were domesticated along the Yellow River. In the meantime, maize, otherwise called corn in Mesoamerica, started swaying from wild grass to staple food around 7,000 years before.
The early agriculturists also demonstrated a remarkable ability to cultivate root crops at high altitudes, with the domestication of quinoa and potatoes occurring as far back as 5,000 years ago in South America's Andes.
Selectively bred by early agriculturalists, these plants had been cultivated and saved over many generations for desirable products. They invented irrigations in deserts like Mesopotamia, building canals and dams or reservoirs to guide water flow and grow wheat.
Making sticks, hoes, and then plows developed as primate tools. For example, terracing was used in mountainous areas such as the Andes to make fields, and terrace walls were built along waterways just west of the city. The adoption of agriculture meant that people were able to settle down, which led to the creation and establishment of villages as well as cities. The next meant specialization of trade, myriad crafts, and technologies. Trade routes enabled the circulation of goods, culture, and ideas over great distances.
In this stage, new social rights like serfdom, slavery, and landed property originated from the height of civilization based on agriculture. Ownership of land and resources resulted in the invention of oppressive classes with agricultural output tangibly connected to power.
Yet, early agricultural practices also took a toll on the environment by causing deforestation and soil degradation. The environmental impacts of these early societies would go on to become major ecological influencers later in human history.
Animals were also domesticated in association with agriculture. First, only the dog, which started around 20 to 40,000 years ago. Large dogs that loped along with the humans traveled and rendered companionship and helped in the hunt, opening instincts for further domestication.
Provided meat, milk, and wool, sheep and goats were domesticated in the Fertile Crescent around 10,000 years ago. Used as both meat and draft animals, cattle were domesticated some 8,000 years ago. This helped gather an organized source of meat from pigs, who followed shortly after.
One of the important innovations introduced through agriculture was domesticated animals, which helped to increase productivity and reduce working hours. The very first empires adopted horses and camels as the means for long-distance transportation, tying trade routes across wide areas to one another. Pronounced skills of commerce were attained. We also give them resources such as milk and meat, which are essential for nutrition. The wool of domesticated animals was used to create clothing and tools.
Domestication of animals further accelerated economic development as it improved trading networks and wealth. From a societal perspective in older cultures, the larger number of herds meant status and economic power.
The rise of domesticated animals influenced land use patterns and led to overgrazing that affected the soil. These changes changed the environment and in turn affected local ecosystem and flora.
We bear the legacies of ancient agriculture and animal domestication in our modern fabric. These innovations have gone on to shape societies and sustain human progress, from fields of ancient civilizations to today's farms.
And the past is to have a glimpse at how our present and future are built. The agriculture and animal domestication narrative not merely a story of survival, but also one that points to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of humans as adaptive organisms.